Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Well, are you done with the gluttony and the stuffing and the just after yesterday? I hope that many of you got to have a decent day off to just, I guess, eat some really good food and spend some family time together. It's just how it is. Now, I don't know. Have some of you been out at what, 3, 4, 5 a.m. shopping? I don't know. I don't know how that works. But apparently still some people go out at the wee hours of the morning so that they can go shopping on Black Friday sales. I don't know. I've always thought that was a little silly. But maybe some people do. To each their own, right? Right. If you are looking for good deals, there are some good deals out there. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm always telling you that you need to get prepped up. You need to have the stuff that you need to have, and all that kind of stuff. Well, maybe now's the time to do it. If you're financially able. I mean, don't break the bank kind of thing. But and some of you may have been holding off because you're hoping that maybe just that right item is on sale. And I looked around, and there's actually some pretty good sales. I will be leaving some links in the description below for this. It's okay. I mean, you watch the commercials here on YouTube, most of you, so why can't I put a little commercial in? But there's some good deals. Alexa Pure water filters, those are the really good ones, the big stainless steel kind set on your countertop. 50% off today. If you've ever wanted one, now is the time to grab one. 20% off of military surplus items and kind of tactical gears, linked down there. That soap that I'm always telling you about, many of you have purchased and every one of you love it. 25% off. I would stock up on that. That's great for gifts. It's great just for yourself. I can't imagine myself ever using another type of soap. And I used to make my own soap, and this is by far the best. She uses real beef tallow, and it's good stuff, really good stuff, good on your skin, lathers up good, and it's all nice and clean ingredients. You don't have to worry about the garbage that's being put into it. But anyways, maybe it's a time to take advantage of the holiday commercialization sales and stuff, and just get yourself a pretty good deal on some stuff. Have you guys, I've talked about this once or twice in the last week, and I know that I would guess that most of you probably like me, probably on one hand rolling your eyes at this, and then on the other hand you're like, all right, what does all this mean? What are they getting ready to do? And I'm speaking of the random reports of drones and UFO, not UFO necessarily, they're calling it UAPs, that are showing up at various places in the United States, some in South America, over in England. They're happening. In fact, the United States and British government has announced a joint investigation into what these things are, where they're coming from, who's controlling them. They're showing up a lot around military bases, random drones. I mentioned one a week or so ago, not one, but a cluster of them over New Jersey, that they were being tracked by helicopters, by government, military and government helicopters for over 2 hours. There was some that showed up in Washington, D.C. just a night or two ago. And I mean, they look like your typical UFO videos, right? There's another video series of it, and there's several of them in several places, and they look like a big old huge beach ball. They hover around, they come down on an airport. There's actually video of I think it's a pilot getting ready to taxi onto the runway, and here's this big old ball, and it's hovering around and taking off and stuff. And no one can explain what's going on. And I'm not saying that they're aliens, but there's definitely something's going on. Is this just a hoax? Remember years ago, back when it was the 80s or 90s, the farmer guys that were making the crop circles. Is this just a hoax like that? Is some elaborate scheme just to get everyone's attention? I mean, it is happening in a lot of different places. Like there's been this like huge uptick in this in the last few weeks. Is it some kind of government espionage? Is it government testing out new advanced technologies? I don't know. But it just, there's something about it that tells me that there's a little bit more getting ready to happen. You know, it's funny because it was just, I think 2 weeks ago or so, the U.S. Senate announced that they were reopening the Senate hearings and stuff on UFO, UAPs, and all that kind of stuff. And at the time, they'd released some new unseen footage of, I guess, some type of fighter pilot or Navy pilot, something that had, you know, these potential alien aircraft kind of thing. Now, I've let it be known what my opinion is. I think they're probably, you know, demonic things, stuff like that. But there's a lot of folks out there, I'm sure a lot of you, that think some type of alien disclosure might be in the works for global domination and stuff. And so it seems funny that Donald Trump wins, and, you know, lots of changes, lots of stuff happening, and the Senate's going to have some more hearings on this, and then boom, all of a sudden you've got, you know, drones and these strange looking balls and stuff that are showing up all over the place in the skies and around military installations and stuff like that. You know, is it going to be one of those things that we get right to the edge of nuclear war, and then, oh, we have aliens that's come down and they're going to stop everything and bring us all together in one big kumbaya moment? You know, I don't know. I do think it's a little strange. I don't have answers, but I do think it's strange, and mostly curiosity. What's your opinion of it? Is it just nothing? Is it a hoax? Is it Russia and China spying on the United States? You know, what do you think it is? Speaking of Russia and China, I want to throw this out there, because now with Trump getting ready to go into office, and he's already out there trying to negotiate peace, and he's communicating with Putin and all these other different people. I don't know where it came to be, but this is I think this is part of that strange phenomena that people buy into. There's a definite good guy and bad guy in all of this. The conservative right, the Republicans, the MAGA, seems to think that, you know, people like Vladimir Putin and maybe even Xi Jinping and stuff like that are the good guys. That they're part of this, you know, thing, underground cabal to take out the cabal and the deep state, and they're all the good guys. And I'm not saying they are or they aren't. I don't know. To me, that stuff's a little on the silly side. But there's not really any much evidence that all of that side, the little bricks, you know, China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, all that they're the good guys, okay? There are policies that Russia has, and there are things that Putin has done that I agree with and respect. But all in all, they're definitely not free speech country. They're not pro-gun. They're not all of these things that are truly American that we realize are part of our natural God-given rights. They don't respect that. Are they better than the United States? Are they worse? To me, it's all the same anymore. Same thing with North Korea and Iran and China. And so I see this strange, it's like Russia's the good guy, but yet Russia's buddying up with all these bad guys. And we have to understand that in this globalist, whatever you want to call it, I don't think there are any good guys. I think that's part of this ridiculous conspiracy that there's these black hats and white hats and the good guys and the bad. There aren't any good guys, folks. Bible talks about worshiping of man, And it doesn't matter if it's a good man or a bad man. If you're worshiping of man, if your focus is on a man, then and him being the one to save everything and to fix everything, and well, then it's misfocused. Is Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and Barack Obama on one hand worse than Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin and all the... Sure, but that doesn't mean that they're necessarily good guys. Don't get caught up in believing that, well, we've got to partner with Russia because, the Ukrainians are the left, and they're the bad guys because they've aligned with all the lefty Democrats and stuff. This is part of that left versus right psyop that's been going on for a long time, and don't get caught up in it. Yes, maybe the right side is the one that you align with the most, but don't get caught up in believing that they're the good guys, because they're not. None of them are. They're all part of it. It's all a big game. Remember, I told you that. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. And we have to see through that. That's the thing that they hate. They hate it. They're okay with you going out and voting for the opposite political party. I mean, that's what every voting cycle, I've said this before, but every voting cycle, what's the one thing everyone agrees on? Get out the vote, get out the vote. They can't stand it, though, that when you see through it. It doesn't matter if you call out the Republicans as being bad also. You cannot see, you're not allowed to see through the scheme, to see through the game that they're playing on you. That's what they don't want. And see that whether it's Harris, Biden, Obama, Putin, Xi Jinping, Trump, Netanyahu, and all these other world leaders, Elon Musk, Ramaswamy, and Adam Schiff, and I don't even know. I can't think of all of them because I don't care. I don't care about their names and all that kind of stuff. They're all part of the same big party, same big game, and they make it look like that they're at odds with each other, so that you will side with one or the other, and then they have control over you because you believe that you're fighting for your team. It's like some kind of sports athletic event. You're pushing for your team. Don't get caught up in believing that, well, we've got to buddy up with Russia now because they're the good guys, and Trump's he's good friends with Vladimir Putin. Oh, now I heard he's going to go talk to Kim Jong-un or whatever, North Korea guy again. He's going to start those negotiations and relationship and all that kind of stuff because yeah, these guys are fighting the deep state. They may be bad in some ways, but they're at least out there fighting the big deep state. No, they're all part of it, okay? They're all part of it. They're different factions of it, but they're all part of it. It's no different than the mafia. You have different families within the whole mafia, and they may fight each other and stuff, but in the end, they're all part of the same team. And so, in the end, the only thing that you really can and should put your faith in is God the Father and His Son, and believe that they will show you the way. Pray for discernment, and ask His Holy Spirit to give you guidance in what to do with your life, because and how you should prepare and how you should pray and how you should see things, because most of all of these players that you see online and on the TV screen and everywhere else, that's what they are. They're players. It's all a big game, and it's a big game to get you suckered in. Anyways, I'm sure that'll probably upset some people, and they'll tell me how wrong I am, but oh well. Have a good weekend. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. It's always some big dramatic event after another that could be on the verge of happening. Get ready for things, in just general. And then when you are, then you're prepared for whatever happens. That's what I say. Keep your family ready. Build that strengthen the relationship within your family unit. So when the bad things come, you're pulled together. Strengthen the relationship within your little community, your neighborhood, your tribe, whatever it is, so that you can pull together and make it through tough times, because we have tough times ahead, folks. It's certainly not over yet. Get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.